The Switch 2 has just been announced, but watching the video, something felt off. And I'm not talking about Donkey Kong. So what felt off? Oh, I know. Maybe the fact that I knew everything about this console before this teaser trailer even came out. While everybody else is talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 for positive reasons, I'm here to talk about it to complain. Welcome to my channel. Now listen, I am a Nintendo fanboy, and I mostly only play on the Nintendo Switch. But watching this teaser, man, we live in a society. Everybody wants new information as fast as possible, which resulted me knowing everything about the Switch 2. Now, I could have ignored all the information, but it's quite hard when your whole social media is just about this. I don't know if this was like this for the Switch 1, so I had to do some research, and it turns out no. Technically, the Switch 2, everything was rumors until about a certain point, which I'll get later on in the video. In comparison to the original Switch, where everything was actually rumors with not really much base behind it. I remember there's this one Switch that they kept showing off where the Joy-Cons were in the screen. That thing looked ugly. The Switch 1 didn't have much concrete evidence. So when the Switch 1 was announced and they showed it off, everybody went crazy. Y'all remember the Great Dane in the video? I know y'all do, because prior to this, that video was the video used in every person's Nintendo Switch video. And this is Nintendo, the same company that people are like, a Direct is coming sometime, and that's the rumor, because they don't know when Nintendo will drop anything. So I find this quite bizarre that Nintendo's biggest move in the next year has got leaked to all hell. I can't even imagine the tension in the Nintendo headquarters during all these leaks. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing? Good, great, great. As you may have seen on the internet, the Nintendo Switch 2 has just been leaked. Now, no one's gonna get in trouble by any means, but if someone is willing to confess and say who it was, we would greatly appreciate it here at Nintendo. So no one's going to get in trouble? Of course not. This is a safe and fun place for everyone here. Okay. It was me then. No big deal. Like I said, safe and fun place. Send the ninjas. Ninjas? So how did we get here? How did we know everything about the Switch 2? Well, there's obviously a few things. The first and most easiest one is someone is a double agent. Someone is working inside Nintendo's headquarters and took a picture with their broken potato dumb phone. But that one usually always happens, and it's never necessarily true if that photo is real. Turns out now that we know it was real, but during the time, that one you can't really like go with. Nintendo was trying to be buddy-buddy with these third-party companies and help them out, give them a bone. And in results, the dog took the whole skeleton. They gave the dimensions of how the Switch was gonna be to these third-party companies. So these third-party companies can then make cases and grips for the Switch 2. This goes back to how I mentioned earlier, how everybody wants things now. If the first company is already showing off their products for the Switch 2, you, as a business standpoint, needs to compete against them. So in results, you are going to put out your products as fast as possible as well. By doing so, you intentionally give out the information of the Nintendo Switch 2 for your own benefit. And that's kind of flawed. Me, if I was working at Nintendo and I was the one that made this deal with them, I'd probably never make the deal again because they're not trustworthy. They're great companies in the aspect of the products, but as a business to Nintendo, they kind of messed them up. The craziest part is one of these third-party companies, quote unquote, had a Nintendo Switch 2 at a convention before they announced this teaser. Is that even legal? No one should know how the Switch even looks like yet. And you're claiming you have the Switch 2? I'm surprised Nintendo did not sue them. Maybe by the time of this recording they did. Hold it! Post-editing Andres, I actually did some research because I was very curious if Nintendo would sue. Right here on Game Rant, I found out though that they've already came to Genki, but for some reason, Nintendo didn't make them sign a non-disclosure agreement. So technically, they didn't do anything illegal, which is crazy. I don't know why Nintendo wouldn't make them sign that. They make everybody sign every non-disclosure every time they do anything with anybody. So Nintendo is just dumb, I guess. I don't know. Back to the video. Which then also puts that Pacific company above the other ones because they physically also have a Switch 2. As a consumer, you're going to believe them the most because they showed you the Nintendo Switch 2 and their product working with it. So you're going to trust them because that's actual evidence. And then obviously every content creator is going to talk about it. But with the dry spill Nintendo has, with the very few games they've had in the past few years, and not really many third-party companies working with them as much, it's kind of the only topic that most Nintendo content creators were able to talk about to get them views again. So it's a bit unfortunate in the time we live. I am excited for the Switch 2, and I'm going to get the Switch 2, so it doesn't really make a difference, does it? As a consumer, it's a double-edged sword. On one end, they get to know this information as soon as possible, and they could even start saving up money even earlier for the Nintendo Switch 2. Getting all this hype and talk and buzz is also technically free advertisement without Nintendo really having to do much. But on the negative side, it's going to put Nintendo Switch 2 on a higher pedestal than it might not want to be on. Too much hype, people are going to have too much of a high expectations, and when the results aren't what they had in their mind, they're not going to like it. And Nintendo themselves, they are upset. If you read any of the comments on anybody's video about the teaser trailer, we can all agree that Nintendo did give off the energy of a disappointed parent. Not the really super upbeat Nintendo music that we're used to, or someone yapping in my ear the entire trailer. It was just sound effects and the Switch. It was a teaser, so they might not have wanted to add any more information than that. You know, Nintendo's all about fun. That's kind of their thing. They want to make anything that they do fun. This video gives off kind of serious and not very like emotional. There's a lot of sound effects so you can know what part it's talking about, but the teaser trailer itself is just very dry. We won't hear about the Switch 2 again until early April, about 3 months from now. I don't know how it's gonna work, this is my guess, but when Nintendo does show that direct off, the Switch 2 probably won't actually come out until a month after that. It's not too far out, but it's a little far out to where it feels like they weren't ready to show it yet. Makes me feel sad for Nintendo. I know they're this $1 million company, so like boo-hoo, they're gonna get money no matter what. They had an intention to show something cool off, something for the next generation to enjoy, and it kind of just got taken from them. I think they did a pretty good job at trying to differentiate the difference between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 in comparison to the Wii to the Wii U, but we still got a little bit more time until we get even more information. The ranting is done, guys, I promise. Let me know what you guys think about all the leaks for the Nintendo Switch. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you try to ignore it? Tell me everything in the comments. Don't forget, every day is our day. I'll see you guys in the next video.